I'm Rosie, and today I'm going to be talking about The Miniaturist. The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton is set in the 1680s, and it follows a young girl called Nella who finds herself married into a merchant family. The story starts with her arriving at the family's house, and despite her expectations for what a proper wife should be, she finds everything goes topsy-turvy. For her wedding present, she gets given a cabinet which is an exact replica of the house she's just moved into, and so she starts filling it up with miniatures that she gets from an elusive figure known only as the Miniaturist. And gradually she starts to realise that these miniature figures start to replicate the goings-on in her own house, and so she starts to try and find out who the Miniaturist is and how she knows so much about the secrets that Nella herself is only starting to find out. I really enjoyed reading this book. I'd been umming and ahhing whether to buy it for a long time before I finally picked it up, and the main reason I picked it up was because the cover just blew me away. This is the Waterstones special edition cover. Yeah, the characters in it are so well developed. You start believing they're real rather than figments of the author's imagination. And the conversations, the dialogue is amazing. I could literally picture myself being in the same room at that time. One of the things I really liked about the book was how well it dealt with twists and surprises. I've read a lot of books where the twists have just come out of nowhere, and while you're surprised, they don't make much sense at all. In this one, the twists are a surprise, but you can believe them. They're believable and they just add to the story rather than just being out of nowhere just for sheer shock value. The twists in here let the plot continue, it aids in character development, and there is so much character development. I'm just so impressed with the way Jessie Burton's handled the characters and the story, and it's just amazing. And it's such an easy book to read as well. I think I read it in a couple of days or so. It's one I really struggled to put down. And this was a surprise to me, as this type of story is not one I normally read. I like reading dystopians, I like reading fantasy. This one is more, it's quite self-contained in a way. There's only a small cast of characters that you actually get to interact with, but they're handled so well that you don't feel like you're kind of trapped with these characters. It feels like you're actually part of this big world that you're only just discovering along with Nella. For me, it let me explore this world that I'd never be able to have a chance of exploring now, because unfortunately time travel doesn't exist. But yeah, it felt believable. But you think, upon picking it up, that the writing style would be quite dense and difficult to get into, but I found that it was an easy read. It's not something that you force yourself through. It's something that you can easily just read along with and enjoy, but it's not too easy that you find yourself lolling off into a false sense of, oh, I can just skim through it and it doesn't matter. But this one, I was engrossed in the story, I was invested in the characters, and it was a read that challenged me but that I enjoyed, and that's what I find important in a good book. If you haven't read it yet, please pick it up and read it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm so glad I finally convinced myself to buy it. I don't know whether this cover's still available, but I will put links in the description of where you can buy it, and also the Goodreads link so you can read what other people have said about it. I gave this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. I very rarely give books 5 out of 5 stars, just because I'm always a bit hazy about giving people top marks. Like, this one, while really good, there were things that were a bit off, and some parts that I kind of felt weren't completely necessary, but the rest of the book just completely made up for that. And yeah, so yeah, please go read it. The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. Hopefully I will see you soon. Things have been quite busy the past few weeks, so I haven't been able to upload videos as much as I would like, but hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things soonish. And yeah, goodbye.